Alright, hello and welcome back to our Gloomhaven Journal. I believe this is entry number 13.
Hi.
Let's do a little bit of cleanup from last session. We, as you know, unlocked a brand new character because we had our first ever retirement from Princess Pie. M2 is over here. Now I'm Morbid, your host. And what we didn't show you was the figures that actually came with the Beast Tyrant. So why don't you kind of hold it down here and kind of show the people what it is.
I'll show this guy first.
Yep, this is the Vermling.
Yes, the Vermling Beast Tyrant. Who's named Ivory.
Oh yeah, she named him Ivory. Here, I'll give you a little bit of a better view. There you can see him. And he is different than the Vermling I got, so it's kind of cool that they're not the same.
Here, show him your Vermling.
Yeah, this is the new one, the Beast Tyrant, and this is mine, the Mind Thief.
Yeah, they're different. And this is my pet bear, Cuddles.
Yep, and she named her bear Cuddles. That's really cool. This has that model too, especially when you I mean, look at the Vermling next to it.
You can ride it.
It's pretty sick. Yeah, in the picture he rides it, but in the game they're gonna be like, it acts as a summons, but it summons on the first turn. It actually comes with its own little stat card here. And I'll act as a summons, but what's neat is in her ability deck, she can actually, the bear can do this stuff and then do a lot of stuff in her ability deck. And remember again, major spoilers.
Yeah.
So we got Ivory and Cuddles, and you get 1 perk for every level above 1, and you start at the level of the prosperity of the city, so 3. So she gets 2 perks to pick. So what are a couple perks that you picked?
I picked replace 1 -1 card with 1 +1 card.
Okay.
I picked remove 2 -1 cards.
Okay.
And I picked ignore.
And then she gets a perk because you get 1 perk for every character that you've retired. She's retired 1 character, and what was the 3rd perk?
Ignore negative scenario effects.
Okay. Also, we want to show you.
My pick.
Because the board has this top is the health of the Vermling, and this is of the bear. To keep track of the health, because there's no tracker, like this is the tracker for the Vermling, there's no tracker for the bear. They say use a damage token down here. We're just using one of the little tokens that come in the tuck box to keep track.
Yeah.
But you can use, it says to use a damage token, but I don't think it really matters.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the bear's actually going to start at 14 health. And what items did you pick?
I got the iron helmet.
Okay, you don't need to say what it does, just tell them what you did.
I got the boots of striding. The minor healing potion. And the minor stamina potion.
Yep. Yeah, just forgive us. I'm a little sick, and Princess Pie's sick. So that's why we're coughing a little bit. And I'm going to turn on the heat for us. I did do that.
Coughing and sniffling.
Yep. Alright, as far as the rest of us go, I don't think the Spellweaver, the Brute, or the Mind Thief leveled up, and I don't think we got any perks either. As far as I know of.
No.
And we didn't buy any items either, did we?
No.
No. Because one thing, like I said, I keep saying the past couple videos, we really got to start getting more gold, but just, it's hard to get the gold sometimes. But so that's that. So what we'll do is we'll read the Town Records book from last time. Because you open this up when you retire your first character.
Yeah.
Again, excuse me if I cough, I apologize. Alright, here we go.
Excuse me if I sneeze.
So, you want to start some sort of record of all the mercenaries who've moved on from Gloomhaven. A short, bearded man asks with a scowl. Sounds a little arrogant to me, but I'm sure I got a spare record book somewhere in the stacks. He puts down his pen into the spine of the book he was inking and steps out from behind the counter at the front of the Town Records building. I'll be back in a bit. Don't steal anything. He gets in one more good scowl before turning and walking towards the back of the building, nearly tripping on his overly long robe multiple times. As he slips behind one of the many shelves of books, your attention shifts to the building itself. The Town Records Building is a large circular structure on the west side of the coin district, built as a status symbol for the town of wealthy merchants. Anyone who actually enters can quickly see that the massive library is woefully understocked. Some sections, such as the teachings and philosophies of the Great Oak, are reasonably full, but many others have just a handful of books, occupying long, barren shelves. Perhaps this was why some of your merchant friends were so adamant about you taking a trip to the Town Records Building in the first place. Recording your party's exploits creates more content to fill these empty halls. With this in mind, your thoughts turn to the open book directly in front of you, the one the clerk was working on. There are 2 texts on the counter, and it looks as if the clerk was in the process of transcribing the writing of one into the other. Looking more closely, however, you notice the titles are different. The complete book is titled The Rise of Human Civilization, while the other is titled The History of Gloomhaven by Dominic. Intrigued, you begin to read what he was writing. Excuse me a second. At some point, thousands of years ago, humans stopped hiding in caves and began to form societies out in the open, erecting modest farming villages that eventually grew into the massive sprawling cities we see today. Living out in the open was never easy, though. There were wars, both amongst themselves and with other races, such as the Velraths to the south. More troubling, however, were the constant raids from the more barbaric races of the old world. Inox and Verbling tribes had no concept of peace, and wanted only to kill and destroy. Walls were always necessary, as were the armed men who guarded those walls. For this reason, the civilization of man grew and developed under a militaristic rule. Those skilled in warfare held the highest positions in society and governed from a perspective of keeping their charges safe from outside attacks. While this regime of strength kept the human race alive and functioning, it did stagnate the growth of other cultural facets of society. What the civilization lacked in culture, though, it made up for a rapid expansion in settlements spreading out from the north to every corner of the continent. This created a strong foothold to ensure that humans will continue to prosper and never again have to go back to hiding in caves. That's what was in the book that we're reading on his desk. Now it's back to he's come back. Best to start at the beginning, huh? Dominic now stands before you with a small amount of leather-bound parchment. I found this in the back. It should do well for your purposes, but I see you found something as well. He shifts his feet a bit and hands you the parchment. Most people see Gloomhaven as some backwards caravan stop, he says in an accusatory tone. A necessary evil in the middle of a deadly wilderness. But I disagree. I love Gloomhaven, and I believe its history needs to be documented. I think this town plays a far more important role in the history of this continent than anyone realizes, and I'm going to prove it. Dominic flashes a brief, nervous smile and then grabs up the 2 books on the counter, but it's not finished yet, not by a long shot. Come back later, and I might have more history to share. So it says to stop reading, and I can mark it. There's a little spot to mark. So that's what I'm going to do. But then it says, stop reading until Gloomhaven has reached prosperity level 3. Well, we do have prosperity level 3. So should we read this now or at the end of the session?
We'll read it at the end of the session.
At the end of the session?
Yes. Sure.
Okay. Since we're already at prosperity level 3, we're just at the end of the session.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Maybe we should read this now.
Yeah, alright.
Okay, I see something they don't see, so I'm going to read this now. You walk into the Town Records building and are immediately struck by how different it looks. It might just be the lighting, but there seems to be more books on the shelves and less of a scowl on Dominic's face. The short bearded man approaches you. Okay, so obviously this means we've left the town building, did some adventures, and we've come back. Like, maybe days, weeks later. Ah, how good of you to come, he says, no doubt to record the further exploits of your friends. I was most assuredly diversive of your motives when you first walked in here, but I must say that the idea has grown on me a little. Dominic slaps you on the back, then wanders around behind the counter. Whether you like it or not, you are becoming important fixtures of this community. And I am sure that I have to thank, at least in some small way, for the increased number of books lining the shelves. He waves his arms about, with hands barely visible beneath his robe's long sleeves. They're not good books, mind you, but they're books nonetheless. Plus, he says with a small smile, I've had more time to work on my own tome. Dominic opens a small collection of parchment he has been working on and passes it to you. I'm still focused on the big picture right now, but I should have more soon. I thought you might be interested in taking a look. So these are his notes again. Though human expansion has not always been greeted with kindness and civility by the other races, currently humans are more or less at peace with their neighbors. After a costly peace treaty with the Velras to the south and an understanding with the prominent Inox tribes, the only main threats are the animalistic vermlings, who continue to assault human cities, sometimes for no discernible reason. Humans have mostly stayed away from horror territory. Now, horror is capitalized, and they must be some kind of a race we don't know about. Territory out of fear. And the horrors seem to return the favor. The same goes for the Savas, who live underground in the largely uninhabitable mountainous regions in the north. Orchids and quattrals both come from far-off continents across the sea and seem far more interested in commerce and cultural exchange than conquest. And so, human society has certainly benefited culturally from its interaction with other races. Many of the most beautiful structures in human civilization would not be possible without the machinery of the quattrals, the elemental mastery of the Savas, and the architectural designs of the Velras. The meditative orchids have even influenced a number of human religions, though the followers of the Great Oak, a stringent group who believes a giant tree housed in the center of the capital watches over and protects everyone, remain unchanged. And while the human military keeps the civilization alive, it is really the commerce with the other races that ultimately allow the civilization to flourish. It seems then, as the wilds grew tamer, that a paradigm shift away from militaristic rule and towards mercantile rule was only a matter of time. Now he's talking again, Dominic. Like I said, I'm still working on the broader strokes, Dominic says, but my research has been providing some interesting information. It's all very vague at the moment, though I need to find better sources, not just Savas howling poems. He takes back the book and frowns. Savas write the worst poetry, and incredibly hard to translate. Okay, now we stop, and we don't read again till we reach prosperity level 4. That's why I wanted to read that now, because it's possible that we can get, prosperity level 4 after this, so.
Yeah.
I'll just hold it.
Alright.
What's neat about this is it really expands the Gloomhaven world. And just so you guys know, too, Isaac Childress, the designer of this game, has another game called Founders of Gloomhaven. It is not the same type of game as this, but it just expands that universe. And as of right now, April 1st, yes, this is no April Fool's joke, he just announced he's going to release an expansion for Gloomhaven. It's not going to be as big as Gloomhaven, but it will be an expansion to this game.
No joke, no prank.
Yep, so this is definitely growing as a as a universe, as a world. Alright, so that was all of that cleanup stuff, so why don't we read what we're going to do. And remember, we went to the abandoned sewers, we saw this big hole in the wall that led deeper in to Scenario 23, the Deep Ruins. No requirements. Goal: occupy all pressure plates simultaneously. And there will be pressure plates later on. You'll see them probably at the end. Alright, introduction. Deciding to brave the dark passages beneath the Gloomhaven sewers, you light a torch and head deeper down. Ruined brickwork eventually gives way to passages made of intricate stone in a state of extreme disrepair. You see an unrecognizable runic language etched into the walls. It'd be hard to read even if you knew the language because of all the fractures and missing chunks of stone. Following the passage, you eventually make your way to a larger room full of ruined machinery. You cannot begin to understand. You see a door on the opposite wall, but as you step forward, a clanging sound rings out through the room, almost like an alarm. Then the machinery moves and springs to life, clearly intent on attacking any intruders. That would be you. Alright. Special rules. Add 3 -1 cards to each character's attack modifier deck as a scenario effect. The Vermling Mind Thief doesn't have to, because he ignores negative scenario effects. What about the Vermling Beast Tyrants?
I also ignore negative scenario effects, so I'm good.
And what about you guys?
None of us do.
Okay.
None of us.
What, you're number 1?
Yeah, number 1.
So you're going to have to add these 3 back in.
Alright.
You have to shuffle that anyway.
Just for now, or?
For this scenario.
Alright.
And what? Just so you know, what number is him? Or the Spellweaver?
Spellweaver is number 3.
Alright, and then he's going to have to get -1s. It says 3, but there's only 2 here, so just get shuffled back in.
Alright.
And he'll do that. And I think that's about it for cleanup. As you can see, we start off here with new enemies. We got a stone golem, which is cool, and this ancient artillery.
Yeah, ancient artillery.
Yep, and it's a stone golem. They're pretty tough. Shield 1, 11 hit points for an elite, 4 attack. And
I
then,
just realized the ancient artillery doesn't move. That's crazy.
yeah, no movement on the ancient artillery. It's just going to shoot at us, but it's got good range. And you can see it starts off with 2 treasure chests, so we're assuming at least one of those is a trap. And then here's your scenario aid, which means, remember, when you open this door, there's going to be more text to read. And as you can see by the board, we're going to probably have to eventually go split up the party.
Yeah.
So we can place our figures. 1, 2, 3, any of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spots. So probably want you, the Beast Tyrant, to get up pretty close. At least the bear, maybe. No, the bear.
Well, you spawn yourself, and then you summon the bear.
Okay, so once you go there, and then you can summon the bear.
Once everyone has placed everything, it acts as a summon, like as soon as everything starts.
Right.
But we know you're gonna summon it there, so.
And I'm gonna hang in the back a little bit.
I'm gonna be.
You probably brute primacy up front.
Yeah.
So that's any one of these 3 spaces.
Alright, I'll stand here.
Good, protect me. And
Alright,
spell over probably one of these back spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Put the spell over there.
Okay. Alright. And that's how we're gonna leave it. So we she's not feeling well, so she's not gonna go upstairs. Me and M2 are gonna play through it, but then she'll be back down for the outro.
Yes, sir.
Alright, and we will see you in a little bit. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Alright, welcome back, and you can see the end of Deep Ruins. We made our way through here. There's some ancient artillery, stone golems, and some living bones. Then we split up the party because there's these pressure plates. We had to stand on these 4 pressure plates all at the same time. Yeah, in order to win the scenario. So we won the scenario. There were some living spirits in here. Real pain over there because there was an ancient artillery on this coin, and it kept pushing the Spellweaver off every time.
Yeah, it kept pushing me off and off.
Yeah, so we couldn't win the
2
scenario.
turns in a row.
Yeah.
So I had to kill it in order to win.
Alright, so why don't we read the conclusion? With the last switch depressed, the alarm finally, thankfully, subsides. The cannon's lights go off, and their guns point downward, lying dormant. The machinery sputters and dies, the cogs stopping their rotation. Within a matter of seconds, the entire chamber becomes as dead as it was before, leaving you to continue to explore in peace. Heading down a narrow passage at the back of the left room, you find the corridor descends into a pool of brackish liquid. You can see a vague light in the distance under the water. A quick swim should take you farther into this underground world. That's scenario 26, which I think we already unlocked. Alright, let's start with... We got a global achievement, which we'll put on the board afterwards. And we do have a party achievement, M2, called Through the Ruins.
Alright.
That's THROUGH. Through the Ruins. THROUGH. Yeah, Through the Ruins.
How do you spell ruins?
RUINS.
Alright.
Alright, and we did forget to show you beforehand the battle goals, which I don't think I got as the Vermling, and I don't think she got as the Beast Tyrant.
And I didn't get any of mine either.
Yeah, so none of us got our battle goals this turn.
Yep.
And didn't you lose yours on the very first turn or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there were some treasure chests in here, remember?
Yeah.
The Spellweaver once again went over here, and what happened?
I suffered 5 damage and lost my battle
It
goal.
exploded. The Vermling Mind Thief did come over here and got this item here, Fueled Falchion, 20 gold. During your single target melee attack, the target and all enemies adjacent to the target suffer 1 damage, and it is lost. So that just goes into the marketplace. Oh, excuse me. Okay. XP. It's 6 plus whatever you got. So I got 6 plus 9, so I got 15.
6 plus whatever you got?
Yep.
Alright, so for the Spellweaver, I got 5, so 5 plus 6 is 11. So I have gotten 11.
So I'm at 185 for the Vermling Mind Thief.
I'm at 157, which
12,
means
6, that's
I
18.
have enough to level up to level 4.
$113. And the Beast Tyrant is at 113.
And the Brute, got 6 experience plus the 6 equals 12. So I'm up to 177.
Nice. Okay, gold. The Vermling Mind Thief got 2. So I'm now up to 28.
The Brute and the Spellweaver both got 2 gold, so the Brute is up to 14, and the Spellweaver is up to 27.
And you got 2 each. The Beast Tyrant got 2, so she gets 4. And we just want to change that to a 22 for your gold.
Okay. So she's at 22 now.
So the Vermling Mind Thief did not get a perk, did not level up. Same with the Vermling Beast Tyrant.
The Inox Brute did not get a perk or level up, and the Orchid Spellweaver did level up.
So we'll have to get a perk and
new cards.
New cards. So you got a couple new cards to look at. Number 4 level 4 cards?
Yeah, level 4 cards.
Okay, why don't we really quick do this? That's a very fun character, Princess Pie.
Yeah.
That was really a lot of fun, actually. Alright, we'll get out the map, too. So why don't you just read those out loud while we do this. And go ahead, buddy. You can read those out loud.
Read what out loud?
Your cards you have to pick from.
Oh yeah. I have Spirit of Doom. It's got initiative 81. The top half is Curse, range 4. consume night and kill one normal target instead and gain 1 experience, it is lost. And the bottom half is heal X. Affect 1 ally, where X is half of that ally's maximum hit point value rounded down.
Okay.
And if I consume light, X is that ally's maximum hit point value instead.
Oh, okay.
And gain 1 experience.
That's
but
awesome.
that's also lost. And the other one is Forked Beam. Attack 2, range 3, target 2, gain 1 experience, not lost. Or move 4, not lost.
That's a good solid card.
Yeah, that's a really good
Alright,
card.
we gotta find, you wanna give me the big sticker board and get me Ancient Technology?
Okay, this one?
Nope, the bigger one.
This
With
one?
the banners, yes.
That one.
Give me this one.
Let me find it. Ancient Technology.
Ancient Technology.
Not here. Oh, I can't see. I told you. Did you think I was lying? It's not there.
Well, we're gonna have to look for that. And we already have.
It's a global achievement?
Yeah, it says Global Achievement, Ancient Technology.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, okay.
Ancient Technology. Because I wasn't looking
And
so hard.
number 26 is here. No, it's an odd shape. Okay, maybe I'm not feeling good. You want to go upstairs?
Yes.
I want you to go upstairs. Alright, she's going to leave us because she's not feeling very well. Alright, baby.
So this will go right there, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And if you're wondering, it looks weird because if you can see right here, this was where Ancient Technology was, and under it is rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, and rank 5.
Oh, yeah, I see the little stickers here so you can, like...
Yeah.
So we're going to add more Ancient Technologies, apparently, it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Seems like it.
Okay, so did our battle goals, got nothing. Did our rewards. Did our gold. Did our XP. He read off his cards.
I think that's all.
A city event.
City event, right.
You want me to read to you or do you want to read to me?
I'll read to you.
Okay.
Alright. As the daylight finds, you find yourselves wandering through a half-crowded market street, browsing wares.
Wares.
Hey, over here. You turn in the direction of the voice and see a filthy vermling gesturing from a dark ally. Yeah, you grim-looking chaps, I have something you might be interested in. The vermling holds out a piece of metal covered in sludge. Found this in the sewer. Writing on it, I don't understand, but I know it's valuable. You can have it for 10 gold. Option A, pay for the thing, you never know. Or option B, refuse to pay, never trust a vermling.
Well, we've got 2 vermlings with us.
Yeah.
And so as a party, we need to pay 10 gold?
I'm not sure. It doesn't, just says you can have it for 10 gold. It doesn't.
Well,
It'll
I'm a
probably
vermling,
say
so I'm
on
going to pay the 10 gold, which will give me down to 18.
Alright, it says, so you want to do option A?
Yeah, might as well.
For the thing? Alright. So, pay 10 collective gold.
Oh,
so,
so we'll worry about that afterwards, but we know we did
Alright.
it. Okay.
Or you can just not do it. I think we'll pay. You hand over the gold and take hold of the piece of garbage. A mist troubling brown smears you.
The brown smears are poopies.
You see a lot of meaningless scratches, likely made by rats and bugs. Oh well, sometimes the long shot doesn't pay off. No effect.
Oh man, we just lost 10 gold. Freaking vermlings.
Yeah.
It says put it back?
Yeah.
Oh.
Put it on the bottom. It has
Yeah, show them.
this symbol right there.
Yeah. Okay, well, we know what to do next time we meet that person.
Yeah.
Gotta punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Alright, and that's really about it. That was pretty crazy, that scenario, that deep ruins. So, where we go next, I'm not really sure. But,
that was the scenario.
I did achieve a little bit more for my personal goal, though.
I did achieve one more for my personal goal because that was in Gloomhaven, right?
Yeah, we did number 23.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, mark that off.
Alright.
That's the third scenario in Gloomhaven we've done.
Nice.
Alright, I guess that's it for now. And we thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next entry. See ya.
Yep.